this is the last page in the study guide packet, and I'm going to solve these problems using the tape diagram method. This is not the only way to solve these, but it's one way. It says it rained 3 out of every 5 days in the month of April. That is our actual ratio that will help us solve our problem. And then it says that there are 30 days in April. How many days did it rain that month? So I'm not worried about my question right now. I want to make sense of my actual ratio. So we know that in order to use a tape diagram, you have to make sure that your ratio that you're given is a part-to-part ratio. And when we see the word out of, that tells me that this number is actually a total. And so I'm going to need to change this in order to be able to use a tape diagram. If it rained 3 out of 5 days, then that means that it did not rain on 2 days. So 3 days it rained, 2 days it didn't rain, 5 is our total. So when we draw our tape diagram, we have to use the parts, not the total. So I'm going to draw my tape diagram. I have 2 days that it did not rain, so I'm going to put NR, no rain, and 3 days it rained. Okay, so that means if 5 days go by, 2 days will be no rain, 3 days will be rain. All right, now we want to use the information that we were given. We were told that there are 30 days in April, and we're going to be able to solve our problem. So we always know that with tape diagrams, we need blank lines to get our total of rain days, our total of non-rain days, and then our total, our big total, would be the rain and the no rain days. So the number 30, it says that there were 30 days in April, so that's our total. So that means that we're going to take the number 30 and we're going to split it into these 5 boxes. So 30 divided by 5 is actually 6. So 6 is our actual magic number, and it will go in every box. And then to get the total days it rained, that would be 3 groups of 6, which is 18. 2 groups of 6 for no rain, so that's 12. These two numbers should total this number out here, and it does. So we know we did it correctly, and now we can go back and we can answer our question. How many days did it rain that month? It would be this answer right here, 18. All right, I'll show you how to do the second one. The ratio of children to adults at a family movie night is 5 to 4. So I know that because they wrote the word children first, that 5 goes with children, and adults 4. A total of 72 people showed up at this week's movie night. How many of them were children? Well, let's look at our ratio that we were given. So this is a total of 72 people, and our ratio is children to adults. So those are both parts. So we actually will be able to draw this one 5 to 4 because the people at the theater were either children or adults. So we have both of our parts. So I'll draw a box of 5, and that will represent children. And then adults was 4. And again, you might want to pause the video and see if you can do this and then come back and check. We always put a blank line here to get our total of adults, a blank line here for our total of children, and then a blank line out here that would be our total of children and adults. Now we'll go get the other number that the problem gave us, and they said there were a total of 72 people. So they didn't say 72 adults or 72 children. They said 72 people. So that's our big total. We'll put that number here. And again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to take 72 and divide it by 9. And if you know your math facts well, you know that 9 goes into 72 perfectly 8 times. So 8 is our magic number, and it will go in every section here. And then to find out our total of children, since we have 5 boxes of 8, that's 40. The adults had 4 boxes of 8, which is 32. And again, these two numbers right here should equal your total out here, and they do. So our question was, how many of them were children? So since we have a 40 right here, we would say that 40 of them are children. The next question, there are 48 animals in a children's zoo. The ratio is 5 male animals to 7 female animals. How many animals in the children's zoo are female? So I see the ratio right here, and I'm going to ask myself if it's a part-to-part ratio, not a part-to-whole. And if I'm at the zoo and there are animals, there are 48 of them, and the ratio is 5 males to 7 females, then yeah, those are my parts. They're either going to be male or females. So I'll have to draw 5 boxes to represent the male animals, and then I'll draw 7 to represent the female. And then a blank line here for male, a blank line here for female, and a blank line out here for total. And it says there are 48 animals in the zoo. So that looks like a total number to me. So it's going out here. So this is just like the ones we did before. So if you want to pause the video and figure out what would you divide 48 by. You're going to divide 48 by 12 because there are 12 boxes. And 48 divided by 12 is 4. So my magic number is 4. And so it looks like I have 5 boxes of 4, which is 20. And then I have 7 boxes for female, and 4 times 7 is 28. So how many animals in the children's zoo are female? That would be 28 right here. So the answer is 28. All right. Each week, Naomi spends 3 hours doing homework for every 2 hours watching TV. She spent 12 hours doing homework in 1 week. How many hours did she spend watching TV? So there are other ways to solve this. So if you can solve these other ways, try it another way. But a tape diagram will work. So we have to make sense of our ratio. And it looks like we have both of our parts because the only thing we're comparing here is how much time she did doing homework and how much TV time. So those are our parts. So we can do 3 boxes for homework and 2 boxes for TV. And that represents our ratio. And then we'll always do our blank lines and our total line here. Okay, you might want to pause and don't go too fast, but think about where the number 12 will go. It says she spent 12 hours doing homework in 1 week. It didn't say she spent 12 total hours doing homework and TV. It says she spent 12 hours doing homework. So this time it's a little bit different. We're going to take that 12, and since it only goes with homework, we're actually putting it right here this time. So this time we're not going to take 12 and divide it by 5 boxes. We only divide it by your total number of boxes when you put an answer right here. We have 3 boxes, so we're going to take 12 and divide it by 3, which we know is 4. So 4 is our magic number, and we'll put those all in here. And now we know that she spent 8 hours doing TV, which is a total of 20 hours because 4 times 5, we have 5 total boxes, or because 12 plus 8. Now the question asks us, how many hours did she spend watching TV? And here's that answer right there. I'll just write it right here. She spent 8 hours watching TV. All right. At Central Middle School, 9 out of every 14, I see that out of, so that tells me that I might have to do some extra work here. 9 out of every 14 students participate in after-school activities. The school has a total of 112 students. How many students participate in after-school activities? So if you go too fast, you might make a mistake here. A lot of people will quickly draw their boxes and they'll say, oh, let me make this one 9 and this one 14. But you need to stop because this is not a part-to-part ratio. This is not a part-to-total ratio. This is a part-to-total ratio. We've got to change this. They're saying that if we have 14 students, 9 of them participate in after-school activities. So that means that if 9, I'm going to write it over here, if 9 do after-school activities, then that means that 5 do not do after-school activities. So when we get ready to draw our tape diagram, we're not going to draw 9 boxes and 14 boxes. We need to draw 9 boxes for the people that do after-school activities and 5 for the people that do not do after-school activities. So I'm going to erase this to get it out of my way, and then we'll draw 9 and 5. So a box of 9 and a box of 5. So 9 participate. So I'm going to write after school. And then I'm going to do an after school with a slash through it for the ones that don't do it. All right. And then blank line here. Oops. Blank line here. Blank line here. Total here. All right. The school has a total of 112 students. So 112 either needs to go here, here, or here. And since that's the total number of students, that would be the ones who do participate after school activities and the ones who don't. 112 is going here. So anytime you have this number, you're going to split it into all of your boxes. So I have 14 boxes. So I need to figure out how many times 14 goes into 112. And if you don't know, you have to figure it out. You'll have to sit here and go, maybe it goes 8 times. And I chose 8 because I knew it would end in a 2. And it looks like I got lucky because that was the answer. So my magic number is 8. It goes in every box. Which means that 8 times 5, 40, do not participate in activities. And 9 times 8, 72 do participate in after-school activities, which makes sense because 72 plus 40 is 112. So now we'll answer the question. How many students participate in after-school activities? 72 is our answer. All righty. Try this and we can actually do a tape diagram and use 3 ratios. So we have 3 girls earning money to babysit, and the ratio of their earnings is Bella 3, Monique 5, and Susan 6. So, and they all earn together this much money. So this time you would have a box of 3 for Bella. Monique would get a box of 5. And Susan gets a box of 6.